Then what does Lionel want with me?
He's going to keep his promise and spring you.
Spring me? But that doesn't make sense.
It does to him. He reckons you've got the brains to be useful to him on the outside.
Well, I'll do my best. How's he going to do it?
We're going to organise a transfer to Barnhurst.
Is it easy to get out of bed?
Don't worry about it. Lionel knows what he's doing.
I'm sure he does. Just make sure he gets me out of here.
Would you like to get back at Reb for what she did to you?
I don't have anything to do with her at all.
Just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
Well, she's up to something. I'm not sure what it is. But she's going around saying she's been bashed.
Why would she do that?
Oh, she'd have her reasons. But what I want you to do is to tell her that we're on to her, that we know it's just a stunt.
She'll get suspicious if I start talking to her again.
I don't think so. Not when you tell her that we're really going to bash her, frame you, and make it look as though you did it.
Well, why would she believe you'd want to frame me?
Because she obviously likes you, Sarah. You're the best way to get at her, and she knows it.
Are you really being blamed for something she did?
God's truth, Sarah.
I take it that is yours.
Mr. Manning's after me. He knocked me around. He tried to run at me.
Oh, Meg. I was just going to send for you. I'm afraid we've got trouble.
Yes, we certainly have. I've just left Mitchell with Sister Kelly. She's in a pretty bad state.
Why, what happened?
She alleges Rick tried to rape her.
Is there any truth in it, do you think?
Well, whatever's happened, she's in a state of shock. We've had women cry rape before, but...
Yes, but if there's nothing in it, it should be easy to prove, shouldn't it?
Well, that's usually the case, but this time Stevens has also implied that Rick tried to molest her.
I'd take anything that lady said with a grain of salt.
I agree, but I thought I'd better mention it. I have seen him grab hold of her arm, but I think it was more in anger than anything else.
Well, I'll check it out, but I really can't believe that Rick could get himself into a compromising situation with a woman. He's got enough problems outside without buying more in here.
Yes, well, what is going on? I mean, he's sleeping in isolation, isn't he?
Yes, I can't tell you anything, Meg. I'm sorry. Would you send Rick to see me?
Yes. There was something else you wanted to discuss with me, wasn't there?
Yes, I found Colleen drinking in the staff room. I got the feeling she'd had quite a bit. Did you know she was drinking so heavily?
At home, yes. Just hoped that she would... You're not going to report her, are you?
Oh, I really don't know, Meg. I've sent her home for the moment. She wasn't in a fit state to discuss her future. Meanwhile, I need you to step in as acting deputy, just until this thing's sorted out. Oh, look, I'm going to see her after work, don't worry. And I'm sure she'll agree. She needs a rest from any added pressures.
For crying out loud, Sarah. I'm trying to get you off. What can I do? You feel so keen to right the wrongs around here. What about Judy and the others? What about them? The women know it was a con. Would you like with Phyllis, your backing? They're going to fix you up for real. And they're going to frame me to take the blame. They can't. Anyway, I'd just tell the truth. If you'd just tell the truth about Phyllis now, it wouldn't have to happen.
I can't. You just don't understand.
I do understand.
So, anyway, that young fella was looking for Mr. Mann, and I hadn't seen him since breakfast.
You'll be lucky if you ever see him again. Your pin-up boy's in big trouble.
You love the sound of your own voice, don't you, Frostface?
If you doubt me so much, Smile, why don't you ask Mitchell? She's with Sister Kelly. Mr. Matthew Manning tried to rape her. Enjoy your lunch.
Hey? Oh, he wouldn't do a thing like that. Bobby's making it up.
Why would she make up something like that? Stranger things have happened in this place, you know.
Oh, come on, Jude. I don't believe for a minute he would have done it.
Myra, I don't think he did it neither. But you know what it's like in here. If a screw says jump, you've got to jump, whether it's against all the rules in the book or not.
You've got to face the facts. The same thing happened to me in Barnhurst. I had to punch Hodge for a similar stunt. They know we don't have any comeback against them.
That's right. Oh, OK, that's one side of the argument, yeah, but it's very easy for a girl to cry rape.
Now, why would Bobby do that? She liked Mr. Manning.
Liked him. She had the hots for him.
Oh, just shut up, all of you. I know he wouldn't do it.
Governor, for God's sake, I am not an idiot. Now, why would I throw away my whole career for some kid? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm not saying I believe the accusation, Rick, but I've got to check it out thoroughly. Now, have you any idea why Mitchell had laid this charge against you?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, she's not a bad kid at heart. I just don't know what it's got into her.
Did you encourage her to think that there might be something romantic between you?
Of course not. Well, I did encourage her to make something of herself, but that's only to help her chances when she gets out. Look, I'm sorry. Maybe I did give her the wrong impression, but I was only trying to help.
I understand your motives, Rick. But really, you seem to be forgetting that this is a prison and you are a prison officer, not a social worker.
Well, surely that's part of the job, to help the women.
Help, not confuse. Look, you are the only male officer we've got. That in itself is an occupational hazard.
I realise that. I'm trying to deal with that. I've got a lot to learn.
Yes, you have. And I'm not sure that Wentworth can afford the luxury of teaching you. Now, I'm sure you'll understand that until this thing's cleared up, I've got no option. I have to suspend you from active duty.
I just hope she's not hurt, the poor little kid.
Oh, Bobby can take care of herself. Mr. Manning's got no hope.
Cheer up, Cass. We don't know how bad it is yet.
Yeah, well, I hope the VJ is in a real bad mood because I really need that extra time.
Well, I'd love to see the look on his face when you start thanking him for extra time.
I hope Hans doesn't take it too hard.
Who'd have ever thought our little Dora would be a femme fatale?
Oh, I know.
So Sarah might come through for us.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's the only way you'll get through to Keane.
Well, what else can you do?
Look, I don't know, but I'm not going to see you framed.
Oh, please, Reb, don't make promises you won't keep.
But I will, trust me. I just got to work it out.
Warning you, Keane, don't you double-cross me.
Don't know what you're talking about. You're getting paranoid or something.
Paranoid nothing. I saw you talking to Miss Goody Two-Shoes. You're going to dob me in, aren't you?
I'm no lagger, and you know it.
Well, you better not be, because if you do, you get it both ways, me and the freak. So think about it.
Here's Mitchell. And the VJ's arrived. I've left him in the staff room.
Oh, yes. Could you give him some coffee and tell him this won't take long?
You don't want me to stay, do you?
No, Mitchell and I'll have an unofficial chat for now. Are you all right?
I don't know. I think so.
You do realise how serious this accusation is, don't you? You don't want to retract any part of it?
Why should I? It's true. It's been all over me for days, telling me how pretty I am and to do myself up. I know by now when a bloke's trying to make me.
Yes, I imagine you do. Yet you seem to have been caught out.
I didn't know he'd go that far. He's a screw. He's supposed to look after us.
True. And you took no interest in Mr. Manning while he was showering this attention on you?
Of course not. Got more taste.
Then why did you follow his advice? I've been told you did, in fact, get made up. Change your appearance in an effort to please him.
What am I getting the 3rd degree for? It was him who came the heavy.
All right, Mitchell, I'll get someone to take you back to your cell. But you know, this is just your word against his. We're going to have to go into this a lot more closely.
Please, Mrs. Reynolds. Couldn't you just send Mr. Manning away so I wouldn't have to see him again?
We have to give him a chance to speak in his own defense. After all, Mitchell, if what you say is true, he'll not only be dismissed, he could face criminal charges. So we have to make sure we get our facts straight, don't we?
And don't think I don't know it was you what ruined my picture of him. And now you're trying to get him into trouble. You're a rotten little liar, that's what you are. And you're just plain jealous because you like me better.
Jealous? What have I got to be jealous of? Look at you, you got a face like the back end of a cow. Could have had him any time I wanted, but I didn't, see? He tried to force me. That's your precious Mr. Manning for you.
You know I try not to hate people, but you're making it real hard. And you're supposed to be me mate.
Rack off, cowface.
First of all, you get me into so much strife I'll probably never see her again, and now you're trying it on Mr. Manning. Well, I'm not going to let you get away with it. I'm going to tell Mrs. Reynolds exactly what you're like.
Okay, what the hell's going on in here?
I'm going to make Bobby tell the truth. She's only lying because she didn't get what she wanted.
Go away.
Come on, Cass, leave it for now.
No way. I'm going to tell.
All right, then you tell Reno. But leave the kid alone. She's been through enough without you laying into her.
It's okay, sweetie. Don't you take any notice.
Look, I thought I was helping with the makeup and the hair.
It's not your fault, Helen. Why did I have to say anything?
Oh, no. You did the right thing. We've got to stand up for our own self-respect. Would have been too easy to let him get away with that. You're going to throw him out on his ear.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to be by myself for a while.
Okay. Well, when you're feeling better, you come down to the laundry, okay? That's where all your friends are. We'll be waiting for you.
And the poor kid was really shaken up. The last thing she needed was Cass heavying her.
I just wanted to tell the truth, Helen.
Yeah, well, if I had a choice, I'd go for Manning. He doesn't strike me as a liar.
You know something? You really are all very naive. Of course he's capable of raping the girl. He's tried it on me more than once.
Oh, come on. If we believe Stevens, we'll believe anything. It's obvious she's got reasons to get at Manning.
Look, why can't you simply believe that Bobby is telling the truth? She's been in enough trouble already as it is.
Yeah, she's going to be in a lot more, Jude, when I find out she's lying, and I say she is.
Well, I did it 2 weeks. What a laugh, eh? And the silly old bugger, he even gave me a lecture on how to stay out of trouble. And if only he knew how hard I'd worked to get into it in the first place.
That's great, Dor. So we're going to see your smiling face around here for a couple more weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah? Well, that'll be as exciting as watching concrete hard.
I love you too, Phyllis.
Doreen, you've got a visitor.
Oh, who? Oh, I know, Jude. It's probably the VJ apologising for being so hard on me.
Could I see Mrs. Reynolds, please? Why, what's it about? Well, I'd rather tell Mrs. Reynolds, please, Mrs. Morris.
Well, I'll put in a request for you, but she's rather involved with the VJ hearings at the moment.
Thank you.
Come along, Doreen.
Oh, I'm coming.
You're not really going to go ahead with this, are you, Cass?
Helen, I know he didn't do it. Now, it's no good just standing around and saying so. I've got to do something about it.
Well, you don't look too good.
Don't you start. I've got enough on my plate already.
I'm trying to help.
Who says I need it?
Some of the women seem to think that you're lying. I happen to believe you, so if you want somebody to back you up...
What's in it for you? You don't do favours for anyone.
I hate seeing anybody get a lousy deal. I know Manning from old. He's put the hard word on me more than once. I know what you're going through.
Yeah? And the others don't believe me, huh?
With me to back you up, they'll have to.
Sarah?
Barry wrote. He said he came to visit, but he got cold feet. Just couldn't take the idea of me being in here. I'm going to lose him, I know it.
God, it'll be all right. The minute you get out of here, everything will be back to normal, eh?
How can it, Reb? I'll be an ex-cream, won't I? It's already started out there. Mrs. Downer phoned the landlord and he's kicked me out. Oh, it's hopeless.
Well, what about the cops? And they've found that bloke Carter yet?
No! And I don't think they believe he even exists. And that means I'll never get out of here.
Sure you will. You're not doing time because of me, Sarah. Please, hang in a bit longer, kid.
You mean you don't want to marry me anymore?
I know this is a shock, but my family do. They are, how you say, very old-fashioned. It would kill Muti, my mother, if she finds out my wife is in the prison. You understand?
Oh, yeah, of course. But what about your visa? Will you have to go back?
Oh, no, this is what is so wonderful. One door slams, another one opens. Nine. I meet this charming woman, Felicity. She, a little older, but very sophisticated. She is, what is verb? Patroness of the arts.
Oh, yeah, a patroness.
Yeah, we thought straight away. And now we will marry, and she will sponsor my painting. Is this not good news?
Oh, it's bloody terrific. But you see, I could still get you for breach of promise.
Breach of... Ah, no, Doreen. You do not wish me to make mistake. If you do not wish to marry with me, I would not force you. We are both free people, yeah? Oh, nein, Liebchen. Do not cry. You will meet somebody else.
No physical contact, please.
Mrs. Morris, I did not wish to upset her.
Oh, no, I'm sure Doreen understands that. But I'm afraid to tell you, you've run out of time.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, bloody hell, I've just remembered. I just copped 2 extra weeks, and now the bugger's dumped me.
Doreen.
Oh, Doreen, please do not be cross. We are still friends. I sent you pictures of the wedding, yeah?
See, we all reckon he's terrific, Mrs. Reynolds. Geez, I never had a fella take so much interest in me. Treats me like a real lady. Reckon I'd do just about anything for Mr. Manning.
Yes, I'm sure you would, Parker. But that doesn't alter the seriousness of Mitchell's accusation.
But she's jealous, don't you see, Mrs. Reynolds? Because he's always talking to me. See, I've got a bit of a knack with mechanical things, and he's real interested.
And he never took the same interest in Mitchell?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, Bobby's real good in the kitchen, and he's always telling her so. Oh, and he said if she, fixed up her hair a bit, she could look real nice. Oh, he's real kind to all of us, Mrs. Reynolds. And that's why I reckon it stinks that she's been a rotten little liar and got him into so much trouble.
All right, Parker. Thank you for coming and telling me all this.
Everything'll be all right now, won't it, Mrs. Reynolds?
Could you take Parker back to work, please, Mrs. Barfield?
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds. Please, Mrs. Reynolds.
It's all right, Parker. I'm not going to make any rash decisions, I promise you.
Seems Rick has got himself quite a fan club there.
Yes, I feel sorry for Parker, but you could hardly call her unbiased.
She's right, though. Apart from that one incident with Stevens, Rick has always shown great consideration for the women.
Yes, well, that's all right as long as he doesn't become personally involved with them.
Yes, but that doesn't make him a rapist.
No, of course it doesn't, but I can't just dismiss Mitchell's statement. I've got to investigate it thoroughly.
Well, what are you going to do?
Get the two of them to confront each other, then hopefully we'll get to the truth.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's a real hoot. All this time you were worried about knocking him back and he was off with someone else.
It's not bloody funny. Oh, well, crikey, Mrs. M nearly cracked up too. There's Hans standing there saying he's going to send me the wedding pictures. Bloody nerve.
Oh, hang about. You could always use them for dartboard practice.
Yeah, well, I'll have to do something for the next 2 weeks.
Well, if you're really good, I'll learn you, Bertie.
I'm not that hard up.
Listen, don't knock Bert. He's a doll. He always leaves a huge tip.
Oh, don't be so disgusting.
Well, anyway, he's out in the corridor with his weedy little mate and Brown's watching him like a hawk.
Don't you worry. He'll find some way of losing her.
You mean you're really going to meet him for a quickie?
Of course I am. What was the point of all that ruckus this morning if I don't?
Yeah, I suppose so.
If I can get hold of Bobby's Walkman, I can kill 2 birds with the one stone.
Oh, geez, you timed it right, didn't you?
All right, ladies, pack it away.
No need to ask you how it went.
Yeah, Mrs. Reynolds was real glad I told her. You know, I reckon Bobby's going to cop it for telling all them lies.
Hey, listen, Myra, don't go jumping the gun about Bobby. I can't believe that she would have made all of that up.
Oh, wait till you get to be an old cynic like me, Jude. You'll believe anything.
Me keep knit while you and... I wouldn't know where to look.
Just look straight down the corridor. And cough if you see the screw.
All right, but don't be too long. I don't want to miss me tea.
Oh, well, I'm sure I'll find something of interest in the library. You know, Dor, you should never judge a book by its cover.
Well, that about wraps it up here for today, mate. What do you reckon? Call it a day?
I've got a few things to see to before we go.
Okay, mate, where do we start?
On me own, mate. Look, do me a favour. Tell the officer you've got to go and have a leak.
But I don't need to.
Yes, you do, mate. And take your time.
Ah, right.
And I thought she had a lot going for her and she could make something of herself. I believed she deserved a chance. I still do.
I see. And you never made any advances of a personal nature?
No. Well, not intentionally. No, I just tried to help.
But you did offer friendship?
Yes. Or maybe I was wrong. I trusted her. I thought she trusted me.
Mitchell, you've heard what Mr. Manning said. Now I want you to repeat your accusation to his face before I take further action.
It's not true. I made it all up. I wanted him to, but he never touched me.
Do you realise just how much trouble you've caused?
Governor, can we just forget the whole thing? Just mark it down as a misunderstanding.
I'll have to think about that. In the meantime, I'm sure Mitchell has something she wants to say.
I'm sorry, Mr. Manning. I'm real sorry.
So am I, Bobby.
Take her back to her cell.
Please, Mrs. Reynolds, when the others find out, they'll be so mad at me.
All right, you better lock her in. And Mitchell, please don't think you're going to get away with this.
Come along.
Thanks. I was really worried there for a while.
So was I. Needless to say, you're reinstated. Back to normal duties starting now.
And don't forget, you've got to push these two little doovers when you want to record.
Great, this is going to be a breeze.
Breeze, nothing. Cyclone Bert's arrived. Hello, sweetheart. What, are you going to make it a party?
Oh, no, this is Doreen. She's going to keep knit.
Won't be any trouble, will there?
Oh, no, I'll give you heaps of warning.
Yeah, and you just say that you came back for a spanner.
Beauty, I've got my pliers in my back pocket.
Oh, have you got more than pockets in them there trousers?
Always loyal little cracker, Helen. Worth every dollar.
Well, this one isn't going to cost you a cent. Just a few words into the microphone.
Haven't gone kinky, have you?
Not exactly. But a few words from you are going to make a lot of women very happy.
Beauty, what do you want me to say?
I'm telling you, she's my friend and I'm gonna see the governor. You have to get someone else to cover for you.
And I'm telling you, it'll be the last thing you ever do.
To take my chances, won't I?
Well, I know what you're up to, Webster. Well, you talked her into it. You can just talk her out of it. Unless you want to send flowers to her funeral.
You know, she's going to get caught one of these days.
Who, Helen?
Are you kidding? She's only keeping in practice.
Mrs. Reynolds will give her what for. You just wait and see.
Who, Helen?
Ah, Bobby.
Oh, here we go again. With a bit of luck, Cass and I'll be off the hook in a minute.
Reb, you really would go through with it? Tell the governor the truth about Phyllis?
That's what friends are for, isn't it?
Reb, there's something I've got to tell you. I just can't go through with it.
What do you mean?
I thought you didn't care what happened to me. So I went along with something the women were planning. It wasn't me that was going to frame, it was you.
You mean this is all a setup to get me to talk?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You had your reasons. This lot. All right, everybody, listen. And listen good. I was going to tell the truth about the kidnapping. Now I find you used an innocent kid like Sarah to do your dirty work.
Now, just a minute.
Hey, you wait a minute. Fatso! There's no way I'm changing my story now. They're going to haul you and Dumbo off to Blackmore. And you can stay there till you rot.
The tension made her gulp and she could feel her throat agitating beneath his hands. But never did she... Oh, someone's coming. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, g'day, Miss Ferguson. I thought I'd kill some time with a good book.
Really? I thought your taste only went as far as comic books.
Oh, I'm writing Hans Christian Andersen at the moment. You know, The King's Old Clothes, The Ugly Swan.
Oh, yes, yes. All right, Burns. You move out of my way, you'll find yourself with another 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. Another book lover, eh?
Oh, hi, Miss Ferguson. Yeah, reading really broadens the outlook. You should try it sometime.
Mr. Gibbs, you should have an officer with you.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. But you're here now, so it doesn't matter. I came back from the pliers and noticed that the speaker needed adjusting.
Yes, well, make sure you have an officer with you in future. You cannot trust these women.
I'll certainly do as you say, Miss Ferguson.
Bobby,
What?
what are you doing locked in here?
Everything went wrong.
Well, didn't you tell him that I'd back you up?
The whole thing was a pack of lies. Mr. Manning never touched me.
Fool. You had the chance to nail him and you blew it. Now look where it's got you.
I don't care. It serves me right.
Do you want something, Stevens?
Just on my way to the dining room, Mrs. Morris.
Then I suggest you hurry up and go.
Yes, Mrs. Morris.
Poor kid. Yeah, she's more mixed up than ever.
Yes, and I don't like Stevens hanging around her either.
Well, Stevens wouldn't know what the word friendship meant, so you can bet your life she's trying to use Mitchell somehow.
What do you reckon, Jude, about what Reb said? Do you think they'll ship us off to Blackmore?
I don't know, love. For a while it looked good, but now I think we're back to square one.
You know, one way and another, Jude, this has been one lousy day.
Yeah, just like all the rest.
Yeah, so listen. Bert's already showed me how we connected up to the speakers. Now all we have to do is a nifty little editing job and then the thing will be an overnight star.
Well, as long as I don't cop no longer in the nick, I've got no reason to stay here now.
Thanks a lot, friend.
Geez, you know you're my friend, Helen. Can't wait to see Fergo's face, but that's why we've got to do it right.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. That idea of yours about a stroke wouldn't be such a bad idea. Here comes Macho Manning.
They all know about it, then.
You needn't worry. The fact that you're here proves there's nothing to it.
Let's hope they see it that way. Well, there it goes.
You've got 15 minutes, ladies. I suggest you use it to eat your meal.
Miss Morris, where's Bobby? She's missing her dinner.
She's fine. She's in her cell. She's eating there.
Yeah, Mr. Manning's back to everything's all right, eh,
That's
Mrs.
right,
Morris?
Cass. He's resumed his duties. Right, on with your meal.
Looks like our Bobby's got an over-fertile imagination.
Well, it's a very bad thing to have, you ask me. Look at all the trouble she's caused. Someone ought to teach her to behave properly.
Well, I'm glad Mr. Manning didn't race her off. I reckon he's real nice.
Well, looks like I blew it.
Ah, come on, Jude. So we believed the kids, so we were wrong.
Yeah. Well, I owe Myra a big apology.
Well, I've spent all afternoon trying to come up with the right excuse, but I suppose there isn't one, is there?
No, drinking on duty's just not on. But it can be understood after what you've been through.
Did help to drown the hurt a bit.
Oh, you know as well as I do, in the long run, the hurt's still there.
Yes, I have heard all the cliches. Life goes on, etc.
Colleen, I really am very sorry.
I think I should be the one saying that.
I'd much rather you said it'd never happen again.
You try and tell me you're giving me a second chance. I thought you came here to fire me.
Of course I'm giving you a second chance. I'm not going to report what happened this morning, but I do want something in return.
Of course.
I want you to step down as Deputy Governor. Not permanently, just till you get yourself together again. And you can go on working part-time. Will you do that?
Do I have a choice? Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. But it won't be for long.
Good. Right, now you just attach this end with the wires that Bert's left exposed, okay?
Oh, yeah, clear as mud. I think I understand. Now, this is the spare tape we're going to use.
Yeah, bang goes my Neil Diamond tape. Okay, well, let's get started.
Well, how come we didn't just use your recorder with Bert?
Oh, anybody recorded on this machine sounds as though they're standing in a wind tunnel with a mouthful of wet socks. Plays okay, though, listen.
Hello, darling. I reckon you and I got a few things to catch up on.
Crikey, I wonder what the freak would say if she knew that she and Bert were going to be the new Olivia Nuclear Bomb and John Revolting.
Oh, hey, Cass. I never got a chance to thank you for putting in a good word for me.
Oh, that's okay, Mr. Manning. I just told Mrs. Reynolds the truth. I knew you couldn't do nothing like that.
Wish everyone felt that way.
Yeah, silly little Bobby, eh? Somebody ought to shake her.
Oh, I wouldn't be too hard on her, Cass. She's pretty confused and unhappy right now.
Serves her right.
Nah, look, she just got her emotions all mixed up. I think we've all done that from time to time, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, thanks again. I do appreciate it. Well, back to work, eh?
Oh, I'll leave that. Get ready for work. I've got hours yet.
Colleen, about last night.
Oh, Meg. We did go over this last night. It's my own fault. If it had to happen, I'd rather you take my place than Joan Ferguson, so stop apologising.
Well, I just don't want you to think that I engineered any of this.
Oh, pull yourself together. After all the help you've given me, that's the last thought that could enter my head. Besides, I've got a lot to do today. I'm going to make a start on selling the house. Perhaps get rid of a few of the memories.
Good. Well, I must fly. Now, you sure you'll be all right?
Oh, God, you really are a mother hen, aren't you? I will be in at 11. Stop worrying.
Right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Just don't understand why he's here. Wrote. Said he just couldn't handle what happened.
Well, he must be handling it all right now, mustn't he, to be here this early in the morning? Go on, give him a go. Seems a nice enough young bloke.
Hello, Sarah.
Oh, it's not allowed.
How's my little mate, eh? Did you miss me?
Thought I'd never see you.
Oh, I wanted to see you, honestly. I just couldn't face it for a while. That's why I wrote instead. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm only human. I'm not perfect.
Oh, I wouldn't want you to be.
But I'm here now, and I'm not going to let you down.
Barry, I can't ask you to wait around. I mean, God knows what'll happen at the trial. I might be.
Don't be negative. Everything's going to be all right. As I said, I'm not going to let you down.
Oh, Baz.
I'm going to marry you, Sarah Webster. You might as well get used to the idea.
But what?
No buts. Have as much faith in yourself as I have. I love you both very much.
So what do you say? It needs everyone to go along with it or it won't work.
Well, I think it's a great idea.
And I think it's very childish. But I don't care either way.
Yeah, all right, but I just think we're buying more trouble.
Come on, Jude, it's the freak.
Yeah, well, not all officers are like her.
Yeah, well, I reckon we're lucky that Myra copped cleaning duties. Otherwise, she might have put a damper on things.
Oh, don't you believe it? She'd have gone along with it if it meant getting back at the freak.
Oh, quick, here she comes.
Okay, girls, lights, camera, no action.
Bit early for smoko, isn't it?
Miss Ferguson, we've got plenty of time. We're on strike.
Oh, come on, Smart. Can't you come up with something new?
Yeah, that's right, Miss Ferguson. We're not working again until we get more money.
Right, and shorter working hours.
We're sick of being pushed around.
You lot wouldn't know what it was to do a decent day's work. Now get on with it. I'll give you 10 seconds.
Well, Miss Ferguson, you know, if we had a union...
Union? We'll see what the governor has to say about that. And I'd say you'd be facing yet another charge, Burns, for organising this little stunt. Well, what'll I tell you?
Now that I don't need any extra time, I've got it coming out my ear hole.
Oh, don't you worry about it. It's all going to be worth it. Now go do your stuff, but make sure Renault's with her before you start.
Rightio.
Got everything you need?
Yeah, in my box of tricks.
Wish I had a camera. Frame the look on the freak's face.
Well, listen, you. I think we'd better have a little talk about yesterday.
Yeah, well, I've said all I'm going to say, Bryant. To the cops and you.
Well, at least she's got something going for her on the outside with that young fella waiting for her. But what about Bobby? Have you decided what to do about her?
Yes, actually, the solution came out of the blue. The department rang this morning to say we're going to get one of Barnhurst's dubious celebrities in exchange for Stevens.
Well, I won't be sorry to see the back of Stevens. But how does that help young Mitchell?
Well, after making such a serious accusation, I thought it'd be easier all round to get her away. So I've asked the department to rush through a transfer for her, and with any luck, she'll go with Stevens.
She what?
Well, can you think of another solution?
Well, there must be something we can do.
We've got trouble in the laundry. A strike.
Oh, no, not Burns again.
No, they're all in it, but Burns is doing the talking. My guess is it was set up by someone else.
Like who?
Desmond. They're all spouting unionism in there. It's the sort of half-baked philosophy that Desmond would put them up to when she was safe somewhere else.
I doubt it. I don't think Myra Desmond needs someone else to fire the bullets for her. Come on, we better check it out.
How much longer is this childishness going on?
Don't get your knickers in a knot, sweetheart. Give them
time to get here?
Well, I don't want any more trouble.
What's the matter, chicken? Thought you liked digging the knife into the screws.
God, I hope Doreen knows what she's doing.
All right, ladies, suppose you tell me what this is all about.
We're not doing any more work until we get a fair hearing, Mrs. Reynolds.
I have never denied any of you a fair hearing. Right, are you part of this strike too?
Well, look, some things need changing. I think they're worth talking about.
Well, until I get a list of your complaints, I really don't see what I can do.
I reckon you and I are going to be things to catch up.
Those ridiculous things often stop wasting my time.
Miss Ferguson.
Give the bloke a chance.
They've made it up. Burns, I said something like that to her.
Mr. Manning, don't see where that's coming from.
Shut up, the lot of you! Just shut up! This is your doing, isn't it, Mitchell? You and that damn Walkman.
No, Miss Ferguson,
Mitchell, I think you'd better come with me.
But Mrs. Reynolds, I had nothing to do with it, honest.
Bobby didn't do it, Mrs. Reynolds. It was all my idea.
Oh, really smart. Well, now let's just see how clever you are.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. I don't think Smart needs to be told what serious trouble she's in.
I can't believe it. Are you sure, Mrs. Reynolds?
Inspector Rouse phoned himself. Once Carter was caught, he was only too willing to tell the whole story. The release papers are being prepared now.
Oh, that's great.
It's not quite over yet. You'll be needed as a witness at the trial.
Oh, I don't mind that, just so long as Joey and I get out of here.
Well, perhaps you could ring your boyfriend. He might be able to pick you up.
Yeah, if I could.
Oh, Mrs. Morris will arrange it. Send Smart in, will you? Yes, of course.
Smart, in you go.
Well, Smart?
It wasn't meant to cause any harm. It was a little gag just for a few laughs.
So nothing funny in it.
I think you owe Miss Ferguson an apology.
All right, I'm sorry, but it didn't cause any harm, did it?
Obviously, you had a third party helping. Since Mr. Manning couldn't trace the culprit, you will have to take the brunt for everyone.
So sue me. Look, I've said I'm sorry. It was a little gag. Maybe it was a bit childish.
A bit? That's the problem. You should know better than to behave like a juvenile. You'll be transferred to B Block. Maybe the company of older women will help you to grow up.
You can't do that for one silly little
Your mouth,
gag.
Smart. We've all had quite enough today.
I'm sorry, Smart, but you went too far. You can say goodbye to your friends. You'll be moved after lunch.
Well, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything.
She is not amused.
No, and neither was I. I would like to thank you for your support. It was very embarrassing.
Try not to let it affect your judgment with the women. It was a cruel joke, but it was a joke.
If you say so.
Thank goodness. It's been an endless morning. Look, I need to see Stevens and Mitchell. Would you fetch them for me?
Of course.
The department's okayed both transfers. There's a squad car on its way. How'd you get here?
I left the officer with Ian. Told her to pick up my tools. How'd you go?
Lousy with a capital R and a capital S.
Yeah, Miss Reynolds looks like a lady, but she sure packed a wallop.
You're not kidding. She's transferring me to B Block. Gonna be one of the geriatric brigade.
What do you know? Guess where we're installing the PA next?
Bird, you old bugger.
Smart! What the hell are you doing? Get to your cell. You've got packing to do, remember?
And as for you, Mr. Gibbs, there's not much I can do to you, since you're a civilian. Quite frankly, I wouldn't dirty my hands on you. You are beneath contempt.
Gee, you're beautiful when you're angry, Miss Ferguson. All that meat and no potatoes. What a pity it was only a tape. So long.
And I only just got the wires out when I heard him coming round.
Something funny, Burns. Better watch yourself or you'll be laughing on the other side of your face. Now, Mitchell, Stevens, come with me.
Miss Ferguson,
Just do it now.
What the hell did she want Stevens for?
Maybe Helen dobbed Frostface in just for a lark.
Come on, Fit. Helen wouldn't do that, not even to Stevens. Anyway, she'll be too busy trying to talk her own way out of it.
Everybody, Joey and I, we came to say goodbye. We're getting out.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Hey, what about your fella?
He's coming to pick me up. Oh, it's so fantastic, I can hardly believe it.
That's good, Sarah. Geez, I gotta miss the little bub.
Would you like to hold him, Cass?
Oh, yeah. Come on, little fella. One last go at the grand old Duke of York, eh? Come on, then.
Reb, they found Carter. He confessed.
I'm real pleased, Sarah.
I don't know what to say to you.
Just have a good life, eh? Stay away from losers like me.
But I don't want to go, Mrs. Reynolds. Please don't make me.
Believe me, Bobby, it is for the best.
Did Mr. Manning say that he
No, but this will make things much easier for both of you. Stevens?
I don't really care either way. I don't suppose Barnhurst could be much worse than this place.
All right. The squad car will be here at any minute. All that's left for me is to wish you luck and say goodbye.
And good riddance.
I just wanted to say that Mr. Manning's a top bloke. Really he is.
Thank you, Bobby. I'll tell him that.
Come along.
Your partner's made a wise decision. They're both troublemakers.
I think Barnhurst's getting the better end of the deal. Our troubles are only just starting.
Parker? You're doing dawdling around here. You're supposed to be at lunch.
Oh, just on my way, Miss Ferguson had to go to the loo.
Oh. Well, I've got some news, Parker, that's bound to give your appetite a big lift. An old mate of yours coming in today from Barnhurst.
A mate? Oh, geez, who?
Margot Gaffney. You do remember her, don't you, Parker?
Didn't even bring me Walkman.
They'll send it.
What if the screws in Barnhurst don't let me use it?
Stop worrying about it and wait and see.
Suppose you and me know each other, that's something, eh?
Terrific. Except I don't expect to be around that long.
What do you mean?
Oh, Bobby, just be quiet for a minute.
I was only just trying to...
You heard her. Shut up.
Yeah, we're going the wrong way. This isn't the way to Barnhurst.
And you shut up too.
It appears we have mutual friends. I should have guessed it.
Yeah, we'll save your guessing for later, lady.
Hey, there it is.
Give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.